Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Teal Garcia. If you are not new here, thanks for coming back. Today we are finally getting back to our 12 dresses of 2021 project. I'm ready to work on dress number 7. It's already September. I have to get some things, I have to get some things moving. As you know, we just moved. I ended up not taking my sewing machine with me on the move, so that's put me 2 months behind. I definitely had it planned to take my sewing machine with me. I was going to make dresses along the way, and I thought that would be like a cool little series, but what happened was after I bought a case for my sewing machine and I put it in a suitcase, it pretty much took up the whole suitcase. So then I would have had to buy another suitcase for my actual belongings. So to me, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth spending $100 something on yet another suitcase when we were already traveling with like 9 suitcases. So I left it behind. It's whatever. We're gonna get caught up now. So the first thing that I want to show you is the fabric that I got. This is velvet. I don't know. Let me see if I can show you the edge. So this is a velvet. It's super pretty, and then it has like sequins on it that on one side of the sequin it's shiny like a sequin, and the other side is also like the velvet. So it's kind of a cool texture. I love the color for like fall and winter. Gorgeous. I am gonna do something a little more fitted with it. It has a little bit of stretch to it, not this way, in one direction. So I'm gonna kind of do like a fitted dress with a slit in the front, and then like make the sleeves kind of, I don't know, make the sleeves kind of like loose, because if everything's fitted, I want the sleeves to be kind of like V-neck and just kind of there. Let me show you. Okay, I legit cannot find, I can't find the notebook that I did the drawing in. We're a mess over here. So what you see is clean, and the rest is my office completely destroyed. So I cannot find anything right now. So let me show you. I did find a dress that I screenshotted to give you kind of an idea. So can you see that? See how, so it's fitted in the body, and then there's a little bit of a train, but then like the sleeves are just kind of like baggy. So this is on a maternity. This is on maternity. I don't know if there's enough stretch in my fabric to be like maternity, but we're gonna find out. It might have to be a dress that either just gets one for a couple session or like a small bump. We'll see. But I just really like the way that looked, where it's fitted in the body, pregnant or not, and then like the sleeves have a little personality. So that's what we're gonna work on. So what I had done, I had bought this fabric a while ago actually, and what I had done, I have 6 yards of it. I'm not gonna need all of that. And I had started to do a no-sew dress with it just so I could get a video out, and I hated it. So it is, there are, let's see. So there are pieces that are glued together. See? That was a sleeve. There are pieces that are glued together, so I'm gonna have to just kind of cut this first and just get it back into like fabric and not this want to be dress that, again, I was being lazy. I'm like, oh my God, fabric, glue, go. It was just, it's bad. It started to look like a magician's robe. We're gonna use this fabric to make that dress instead. All right, again, I don't have a pattern. I just have an idea in my head. So I'll give you details as I go, but you know how this goes. Like, I don't have exact instructions. That's what makes this project fun. I just kind of wing it. So, all right, let's get started. All right, so the most important thing to do to get this thing started was to kind of destroy the other project that I tried to do with this. So I just ended up cutting apart all the seams that I had glued and making it into one big piece of fabric. Look at how nice and neat it is right here. And then you start panning around the room. You realize that I live in chaos. So we just have to find a few things, you know? Okay, so to figure out how long I wanted the skirt, I held the measuring tape up underneath my bust, and then I kind of just threw the tape down, and I did decide on about 49 inches long for the skirt. I just measured and cut. Alright, I tried to take measurements, but it really wasn't working. So all I did to get the skirt measurements, because, you know, the hips will be wider than the waist, I just kind of pinned the skirt to myself. And because it's stretchy, after I pinned it, I just slipped it off and I could see the measurements. Okay, so here's where my pins are. And then, you know, from there on down. But for right now, I'm going to lay this out flat, and I'm actually going to borrow some sidewalk chalk from my kid, and I'm going to draw a line of like a little bit outside my pins of where I'm going to cut. Okay, so the goal here is I just want to kind of get the skirt made, sewn together, and then because it's going to be a little bit big, I made sure it wasn't stretching at all when I was pinning it to myself. The goal is to make it a little bit big because I can always make it smaller. I just don't want to cut anything because it is supposed to be fitted. I don't want to cut anything too small. And I am making this dress just to fit me because I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm a size medium. That's pretty, you know, so it can go maybe up a size or down a size because it is stretchy. So I am just making this dress to fit me. But yeah, so I'm going to draw like an outline of kind of where I want the edge of the skirt to be. And then I have to put my sewing machine together so that I can sew it together. Again, kind of just doing this like rough sketch, pinning stuff to me. All right, after I lined everything up, I used the chalk to kind of trace down where the pins were, and then I cut it all the way to the bottom. It did end up being a little bit more A-line than straight down, but I think that's gonna still look really great. Before I sew, I have to clean up. My sewing machine needs to go there.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we all knew that by clean up, I meant just move the mess, right? Just so we're clear, wasn't actually gonna clean up. I just moved the mess so that I can sew. All right, I did do this little test swatch just to make sure my sewing machine settings were good. I did end up going with a zigzag stitch. That's just anytime you use stretchy fabric, you should go with a zigzag stitch. It's just a little sturdier. Here's the top of the skirt. Goes down. So that seam that we just sewed up is just going to go down the back. And we're going to do the slit in the front later. Okay, so for the sleeves, we need to get some measurements. So what I'm going to do, I bought this dress the other week, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and I love it and it fits me perfectly. So I'm going to use and I'm a busty girl, so you know, things don't always fit me in the boobs, but this actually fits me really well. So I'm going to use the measurement from here to here and then add some sewing allowance to get my sleeve length. I'm going to measure it from here to here and then double it and add a seam allowance, and that's going to be how long the pieces are going to need to be for my sleeves. Oh my gosh, I'm going to give my vacuum cleaner a workout when we're done. There are sequins everywhere. Okay, so what I already did one, but I ended up making my sleeves 34 inches. That's going to be from front to back, to 19 inches, and that's going to be the length of the sleeve. All I did was measure from like my shoulder where the sleeve will start and then kind of measured down my arm. Sorry I didn't show you that, I just did it real quick. Yeah, I already have one cut, so this will be my second one, and then we'll try to figure out how to attach them. Okay, so hi. This is where we're at. We have the skirts on, I have the sleeves cut, and I just kind of have the sleeve tucked in because I want them to go here, and then I want the sleeve like loose. So I have to figure out, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect them in the front first and figure out, like I just kind of have this tucked in, figure out how I want to do that in the front, and then the back. But I'm gonna sew these onto the front first. So I need to mark my sides. But this skirt actually, like I know I have sweatpants on, but it actually fits like really good. And I am gonna add like a slit in the front, but the skirt actually fits really good. I like it. I don't want it super tight. But again, it's one of those things that can be taken in later if we need to. But yeah, I'm gonna attach the sleeves in the front and see where we're at. Okay, so I marked the middle in the front just because I need to know where the middle is to line the sleeves up. And then I'm just going to put the sleeves on. Just kind of, I'm going to attach them in the front. I'm probably gonna mark where the exact sides are also, just so I know how far to sew the sleeve. All right, we're all pinned. I'm gonna sew it on. I did overlap it just the tiniest bit in the middle. Well, oh my God, kind of coming together here how we want it to. I need to figure out, so you can kind of see, I don't have the back sleeves attached. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do those. I was just gonna like attach them, but like kind of like at the seam in the back, and then just have a flowy sleeve. I still might do that, but wow, it's so cute. I love when the vision's coming together. And like I said, it like fits. See, like we have curves, it fits. It's not super tight. I am gonna add a slit. I don't know what side yet. I feel like I'm a left leg slit person. I like a left leg slit. But yeah, oh my God, it's so cute. I don't even know in this weird lighting in the hallway in this tiny mirror if you can even like see, but look, it's so shiny. Oh my gosh, very excited. And honestly, this is probably the fastest I've ever made a dress. So we'll see if we can get this done today. Okay, so here is the back of the dress. Here's the seam in the back. I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, why don't you just put the seam where the slit's gonna be? Because I didn't want a seam in the front of the dress. That's why. So this is the back of the dress. This is obviously what the insides look like. So I think really all I'm gonna do is exactly what I thought I was gonna do. And I'm just going to sew this here. I'm gonna sew that there. And then I'm not gonna leave the sleeves open. I'm gonna sew them closed all the way across. I think so. I was gonna like try to do something to make them like extra flowy, but you know what? The point of this dress is just the awesome fabric and keeping it simple. So I'm gonna do that. All right, I have it pinned all the way across like this. I have to fix that a little bit. So I'm gonna go and sew it now. So here we are. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. I did actually end up sewing this up just I don't know, it's like 3 or 4 inches. Only because like I always think I want a lot of cleavage and then I don't. So, but there we go. The back is kind of loose. I think like a lot of my other dresses, I'm gonna add a tie kind of to the back just to hold the shoulders on. Like that's the problem. Seems to be a problem with a lot of these dresses. And then as far as the slit goes, I need to figure that out. So what I think I'm gonna do, since the edging of this was velvet, I'm gonna take 2 strips of that to make the tie in the back, so it'll be like a pretty little velvet tie. And then we're gonna figure out our slit. And all I'm doing, so you'll notice I didn't like finish the edges of this dress at all. And the reason I didn't is, I don't know if you can tell, the edges kind of curl in, and if I would have, because of the way the fabric is, if I would have folded like these edges in, if I would have folded the edges in, you would have seen the stitch, and the stitch would have like stitched over sequins, and I don't like that. I actually really like the raw edge, and I like how the fabric kind of like curls under a little bit so it doesn't look like a weird edge. Actually, I think I went back and forth on it, but I really think it actually does look a lot prettier with that raw edge. So yeah, all right, that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the tie on. That's easy. We've done that in a lot of other videos. Maybe, and I keep going back and forth on like, maybe I don't want to cut a slit because it's so pretty without the slit. Maybe I don't want a slit. I don't know. I'm going back and forth on a slit or not. So Okay, I put my hair up so you can see the whole thing. But here's where we're at. So I made a tie. I made a tie for the back, just to kind of hold the sleeves up, and it's made out of the velvet. I also made a tie. For the waist, and it's just the velvet that got cut off. It's not attached. I just thought maybe somebody with like a baby bump might want to, you know, accentuate their waist a little bit more. So this totally has stretch too. So it's stretchy. You can fit like a decent little baby bump in here. But oh my God, I'm still deciding on the slit, if I'm being honest. I think you need it because you really just can't even walk in this because it's so fitted, but I don't know. What do you think? So we slit or no slit? So, I don't know. Maybe I'll decide when I photograph it. So that is the hard part about moving. I don't have any models here ready to go. So I'm gonna do a model call to shoot this dress. So maybe at that point I'll decide if we need a slit or not. But yeah, I think that I'm obsessed with it. It catches the light so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm very so excited about it. But yeah, all right, I think that's it. That's the end of the video. I managed to knock this out in like no time. I think I managed to knock this out in like 2.5 hours. Pretty cool. So yeah, oh my gosh. It is so cute. I'm kind of obsessed. So, okay, so hey, dress number 7, done. I'll do a video when I shoot it, I guess. And you can see the final product. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, please do so. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. Oh my God, there are sequins all over my house. Look at this. Okay, that's done. Oh my goodness. Now I have to clean. Dress is done. Now I have to clean.